guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is just going to be a hopefully quick video where I kind of wrap up 2016, talk about how I think things went in terms of panning and spending and all that type of thing, and then tell you guys my plans for 2017 in general so you'll know what to expect here on my channel. So there's a couple things I want to talk about in 2016. In terms of my spending, I'm really proud of how I did. I was a little worried, as you guys know, but once I did my deep dive into my Sephora and Ulta purchase history, I was actually really pleased with how little money I spent on makeup. Even though I didn't spend a lot of money though, I did kind of break down what I purchased. And in that video, I did kind of go through the items I purchased, but I didn't kind of talk about them as a whole and categorize them and really kind of go into what I did end up bringing in. So I wanted to do that quickly here in this video. So in that video, I only talked about things I purchased. I did get a few makeup gifts throughout the year, and I included that in this. So I'm going to talk about what types of items I brought into my collection in 2016. So I brought in one eyeshadow palette. It was the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, which my dad purchased for me. I got one powder, which was the dim light that I got for Christmas. One foundation, which I also got for Christmas. I had two mascaras that I purchased. One was a travel size from Benefit and the other one was NYX. So they were both pretty cheap, especially because I used a $10 off coupon on the Benefit one. I brought in one cream eyeshadow, two brow products, one blush, but it was a palette, so one blush palette, which had a bronzer, it has a highlighter, and then it has like 4 blushes, but some of them are so I don't think will work as blushes on me, so I don't really know how to categorize that. That was the Gwen Stefani blush palette, but I really love 2 of the blushes. So that is, and then I've got 3 lip liners and 9 lipsticks. So if you guys watch my yearly empties video, or if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I am terrible at panning lip products, and that's the thing I purchased the most in 2016. So, you know, even though I did really well with not buying a lot of makeup in 2016, when I look at that, like, I did not use up anywhere near 9 lip products. I don't even know if I probably used up 2. So I really need to rein that in 2017. And I want to pay more attention to that in 2017. I'm not going to do like a no buy on lip products or only allow myself certain types of things to buy. I'm going to go ahead, I guess this is kind of going into my plans for 2017. I'm going to do the same thing I did in 2016. I have no rules, no limits, no projects when it comes to my beauty spending. I'm just going to go and see how it goes, but I do have the goal of not bringing in a lot of stuff, so that has been enough to keep me from my spending from being out of control anyway. So I'm going to keep doing that, but I do want to kind of think a little bit more critically when I do purchase something about what it is, because I don't need to bring in 9 more lip products in 2017. So the last category I wanted to talk about in 2016 is panning, and I think it went okay. It definitely could have gone better. I feel like a broken record, but this is literally the last time I'm going to say this. I took a big break from wearing makeup in 2016, starting when I moved back here and started working again in the summer. I just stopped wearing makeup on a daily basis, and for most of, I think, like July and August maybe. Mostly, maybe it was more in August that I stopped altogether, and then towards the end of September and October I started wearing it more regularly, but mostly just eye makeup, and wearing foundation and blush was even rarer, but I was wearing eye makeup most days, and then I've only recently started getting into wearing it more often, but I still wear it probably less than half the days of the week. In the past, I would wear makeup every single day, pretty much. Sometimes I would give myself one day off on the weekends, but I was so, like, into panning and, like, I felt a lot of pressure with panning, I think, too, just because I do have a channel and I'm sharing this with the world, and I felt pressure to have results and do well. So sometimes on the weekend, if I wasn't doing anything, I'd be like, oh, maybe I won't do my makeup today, but then I would think, oh, well, if you don't do your makeup today, it's going to take you 1 day longer to finish all your products. And if you don't wear your makeup every Saturday and Sunday, it's going to take you a lot longer to finish all your products. So that would be a reason I would wear makeup more often. It wasn't the only reason. You know, it was kind of when I was still first into makeup, I was really excited about it, and like putting on my makeup is still like a really fun, relaxing thing for me, but it was even more so then. Like I would actively look forward to it. So just kind of with time, I still love makeup, but you know, not wearing it 1 day doesn't really bother me, even if it means my products are all going to last me a little bit longer. So I like that I have a more casual approach to it, but that did mean I didn't do quite as well as I did in 2015, which was like my year of panning, where I did the best. But even with the break and all of that, I was still pretty happy with how my yearly empties turned out. So I want to continue with that relaxed approach in 2017, but I do want to see if I can do better with my yearly empties and kind of get back into wearing face makeup more often. I think part of the reason I am not back into it right now is because of I don't have a job where I'm working in an office or anything like that. If you don't know, right now I'm searching for a full-time job in my career, but I am still working as a nanny for a nanny agency. So, you know, I'm working with kids, I'm showing up to people's houses who I've never met. I'm not gonna like come in with a full-on glam face or something like that. That would be a little strange to me, and you know, I just don't need to be wearing makeup when I'm just playing with kids all day. So hopefully that will change soon, and I'll be in a more structured work environment, and I will probably get back to wearing makeup more often when that happens. But for now, I'm still, you know, it doesn't seem worth it to put on makeup if that's all I'm doing. But I have been wearing eye makeup every day, and I want to stick to that. And then last, in terms of painting, I'm really happy with doing my non-makeup project pans. I've really seen great results from those. I have a closet, or a shelf in my closet, where I kind of keep all my backup skincare and body care, and it used to be packed to the brim, kind of exploding with products, and every time I tried to get something out, you know, a bunch of stuff would fall out and it would get messed up. But now there's actually like some empty holes in the shelf, so I'm like visually seeing the progress that I've made, which is really great. So I'm definitely going to continue with that. And then one thing I forgot to mention earlier when I was talking about what I brought into my collection and kind of my spending and purchasing habits, one thing I was really proud of this year is that I did return things that didn't work out for me. I have returned things in the past, but you know, I was buying a lot more stuff, and I probably should have returned more, but like I didn't want to return too much because I felt weird about it. So this year there were a few things that didn't work out for me, and I just returned them, and I was really proud of myself for doing that. So I was especially proud for returning one of my Urban Decay Gwen Stefani lipsticks. I originally had purchased 4 of them. There was 1 nude and 3 reds that I had purchased, and you know, I had done so much like research and spent so much time trying to figure out which shades I wanted. So originally I had just bought the nude and 2 reds, 1 dark red and 1 kind of brighter red. And there was another red that was in a matte formula that, based on the reviews, I didn't think I would like, but when I swatched in store, I really, really liked it. So I ended up picking up the matte shade, but then the 2 reds I had purchased originally, even though one looked much darker and the swatches looked much darker, I kind of realized they weren't that different on my in real life when I put them on my lips. I even had them on half my lips. I even put one on half my lips and one on the other half, and you could barely tell the difference. I did that and I showed you guys in a video, and you know, previously if I swatched 2 things and I could tell the difference, and you could tell the difference when I swatched them on my hand, you know, that was good enough for me. It justified having both of them. But for this, I really thought about it and realized, you know, I don't reach for reds that often, and when I reach for a red, I have 3 options here from this collection. I'm probably not going to reach for them that often, so I really don't need 3 of them. So I ended up getting rid of the lighter one I purchased originally, and I just kept the matte and the darker red. So I'm really proud of myself for that, because that was something I surprised myself even by doing that. And then I also returned the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick I purchased that I didn't like because it was metallic and I just didn't like the way it looked. It was kind of patchy and also really drying. And then I also kind of impulse bought another Urban Decay lipstick when they were on sale for 50% off before the Vice lipsticks launched. I got the shade 1993. I'd always been curious about it, and I got it and I put it on, and it just looked way more brown on me. On some people I feel like it looked a little bit more rosy brown, but on me it just looked straight up brown, like I took melted chocolate and put it on my face, and I did not like the way that looked. So I actually was able to destash that and sell it to someone else that had wanted it. So I thought about returning that one, but I knew it would just be like thrown away and kind of wasted, and that kind of made me feel guilty. So since they were on sale, I knew there was a lot of people looking for them, so I found someone that wanted that shade, and they didn't mind that I had tried it on once, and it worked out really well. So in 2017, I do want to continue with a lot of my projects. I'm going to be doing Pan That Palette, as you guys already know. Then when it comes to my other projects, I'm going to continue both my Project 10 Pan and my Project Pan Roulette. Those were both rolling projects in 2016, and I really like that style as well. It just also took off some of the pressure not having a timeline where I was trying to finish things by. So I'm going to continue those, but I am going to I'm going to start fresh, but I'm going to probably roll over quite a few products. But I'm going to kind of start over and get rid of some of the products that I just are kind of holding me back, and I know that it's going to be really hard to finish, and I don't even really want to finish anymore. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to continue with my Project 10 Pan Body Care Edition, because of that, like I said, I've seen visual evidence that I've been doing really well with that, and I want to keep that up and do even better. I'm also going to do a project polish. I think it was kind of inspired by Curious Sparkles or Maggie here on YouTube. I believe like a year or two ago she talked about how she makes a list of all her nail polishes and she tries to use them all throughout the year, and every time she uses one she marks it off. So that's what I want to do, instead of trying to focus on a couple shades and try to use them up, because I did that once and it was really hard. So I just didn't like being stuck wearing the same polishes over and over and over when I have so many. And some of my polishes have started to go bad. So what my goal with this project is, and I'll have a video on it, is just to kind of go through, make sure all the ones I have in my collection are still good and I like the way they look on my hands. That's one thing Maggie said, like that could be a color that's really beautiful in the paint or the bottle, but when it's on your hands it just doesn't look good. So I want to test them all out, make sure I really love all the polishes I own and I love them on my hands, and then kind of get rid of anything that's not working for me, and also just make sure I'm using all the polishes I have, because I do have quite a few. And then another thing I want to do on my channel this year is I've been meaning to do a follow-up on doing the KonMari decluttering method. So I did that in February of 2015. I posted a video on here kind of talking about the book and my experience with doing the decluttering. I don't know if it's public anymore. It ended up being kind of rambly and it wasn't very well organized, so I think I might have taken it down. I'm not 100% sure. But I've been wanting to do a follow-up on that and just talk about how doing that has affected me, like what things I've kept, what things I'm not as good at keeping up with. And I also read her second book, so I want to share my thoughts on that with you guys and let you guys know what's in that book in case you're wondering if it's worth reading or not. So let me know if you'd be interested in that, and I'll try to get to it because I've been meaning to do it for a while. And then also there are some areas of my home that I want to do some decluttering in, but they're not necessarily beauty related. So I did film decluttering my closet, my whole closet. It has some beauty products in it, but to be honest I didn't really declutter a lot of those because I've already decluttered them a few times. I mostly was decluttering other stuff like cleaning products and random knickknacks that were in the closet, and I also feel like I want to do that. I might want to go through my desk again and just do some touch-up decluttering in certain areas. So if you guys are interested in videos on that, let me know. Sometimes doesn't always make sense to do them, and I know that I did the closet, it was really long, so if I do want to see videos on that I might have to change the way I do it, because I know that if I edit that video it's going to be like at least 45 minutes long. I don't know if anyone wants to really watch that. So let me know if you like decluttering videos, if it's not beauty related, and I'd be happy to do that. I did do some in the past when I first did my KonMari method. I did a couple really beauty related declutters and they seemed seemed to be pretty popular, but I don't know if that was coming from like my subscribers or just like random people who like looking for decluttering videos. So I'm not sure how many of those I'll do, but if you guys are interested, I'll try to film at least some of them. And then in my kind of follow-up, I do want to give you guys like a tour of some of the areas I decluttered that I'm really happy with using the KonMari method, and just show you guys how I store things and, you know, kind of my favorite parts of what I did after reading that book. So that's all my plans for now for 2017. I am really excited about this year. I'm hoping 2016 was not the greatest year, I think, for a lot of people, and myself included. So I'm really hoping that this year is much better. I'm happy to have a nice fresh start, and I'm excited to see what I can do with my channel and my panning in terms of my collection. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!